Alright, welcome back. Today is October 15th, 2025. Haven't made a video in probably almost 2 weeks. Since I started doing these a little while back, this might be like my longest gap between making videos. I did get some pretty good progress done. I'm in the midst of selling some of my slot bodies. I got a little sale going for 25 bucks each. So if you're interested, just check the link on the bottom of my page and go to my Facebook page and reach out to me. Yeah, let's get started on where we got on the Gentleman's Club. So I did receive some of the interior stuff. I need to turn this so I don't get banned, because there is something over here in adult nature you don't want anybody to see. Let me get this zoom. So I finished up a little bar. The chairs are not correct. I may end up doing those. And then we have these the couch and chair I got finally in the mail. I do have a little table and chairs that I'm also going to add to this. So I'm pretty happy with the interior of it. Let me stick my finger over here and cover this up, and then I can turn it. So over here I had built an outdoor patio area with a door. So I'm pretty happy with that. I made that all out of the swizzle sticks, which here's an example of. And you can just order these off Amazon, or if you're in your local little Sheets or Wawa, depending on where you live, you can just pick one up. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And I did glue a couple little figures in there. I still have these to go. I got like a photographer and some bikini girls. These are actually made out of metal. I think they're pewter, but they're pretty nice. I think they're from American Diorama. There's a link in one of my other videos, but I want to go ahead and add it to this video as well. In addition to that, I finished up this Kyle Busch Lucas. This is a race winner from 2023. I believe this is the first race he won when he went to RCR. This one turned out really nice. I do like the decals. Didn't take a lot of adjustments. They went on really sweet. The lines on the windscreens turned out really nice. A lot of details on this one. You can even see the line where the jackmen jack the car up to change the tires. Zoom. There we go. Next, I did finish up this Hardee's slash CocaCola car. I did not enjoy this one at all. If I could talk to the designer, I would advise him not to cut the front decal sheet in so many pieces. All these end of these flames had to be attached, and it just went on really sloppy, and I used a lot of microsol, and it's still not to my liking. And the decals were a little oversized, but I made it work. I added the black trim on the bottom. Nice decal of the jack marker there. That's actually a line, and back turned out pretty nice. And still need to put a black on the rear valance there. So yeah, that one turned out pretty good. Not great. This was more work than it should have been. It's a simple paint scheme. But all this through here, the side decals were too long, so I had to cut off some of the sponsorship on the front and back to make it fit. I had to cut the Long John Silver's rear decal in 3 different places to make it fit. And on the actual car itself, the JOHN part does not overlap this line that goes down the back quarter panel. And I got paint all on my fingers. I'll explain that in a second. But overall, I made it work. This was a Toyota Fusion. Yeah, that turned out okay. So let me put these back over here, and I'll show you what I've got on the hopper right now. I need to clean up my work area. You know, just like anything you do, it gets built up pretty fast with a lot of rough stuff, and I'll try to show that. I mean, and I've got my computer to my left, so yeah, I just really need to clean this up today, and I'm going to. So what's next? I'm working on a SunDrop Dale Jr. prototype car for Hendrick. I did use that metal flake enamel testers. I forget what it was called, but I've mentioned it before. And this is a lime green, and this is a logo. One thing I don't like, I tested this yesterday, and I dropped 3 on here. And this car was originally going to be a white color, but I didn't like it. But I do not like the contrast between that green and the lime. So I'm going to throw a white stripe down the middle of this entire car. And maybe on the sides here as well to break up the contrast. I'll include a photograph of what it looked like in a picture-by-picture or a picture-in-picture display. Let me get this out of the way. Put my 3 away. I'm going to work on that and get that squared away today. And then next up, gosh, what did I do with that? Is this here. I'm not even sure who the driver is on this. I'm going to have to look it up. I can't recall. Oh, lovely. Look, we've got another commercial every time I'm on the damn video. But I do like this. This is going on. As you can see, it's got the camouflage paint scheme. This is going to be a pain because I can already tell a lot of this does not line up. But I'm going to cut it and make it work. This is aircraft gray. It's flat. I may leave it flat and put a dull coat on it when I'm done. We'll see. But I'm excited to do this one, but I can tell this is going to be a major pain in the booty. You can see right there that back overlay there, and that 27 isn't going to fit, so I'm probably going to have to figure out something for that for a quick fix. But you know, with everything else, like I said earlier in an earlier video, none of this stuff ever fits. So let me talk about my failure I had yesterday. So I don't know if you have one of these yet. I've got a thing called a shark vac. It's like a Roomba, you know, a robotic vacuum cleaner. I got one on each floor. And where I've got my new puppy, I'll include a picture of him. His name's Caesar. He's about 110 pounds. He's a Great Pyrenees mixed with a Anatolian, I'll have to figure it out, Shepherd. So he's real hairy, so he sheds a lot. So I run my vacuum about every day. So what I did was I went and I sprayed the Decals Jr. SunDrop, and then I sprayed this, which was going to be this. So it was a gloss black. So I had my space heater, and my wife doesn't like the smell, so I turned on a little space heater, and the weather's getting cool over here. I mean, right now it's 56 outside, so it's great hot tub weather. And this is somebody Smith. I'll have to look up his name because he's an Xfinity, and I'm not familiar with all the drivers. So anyway, I set them on a box, you know, elevated box, and on their stands after I sprayed them. Walked into my bathroom just for a moment because nature called.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
I gotta pee.
I believe he said he had to go pee.
Came back, and the shark vac had knocked this over onto the carpet. So as you can imagine, it was tacky, and this thing looked like that car from Dumb and Dumber, you know, the dog grooming car. So now I got the paint under my nails, which I'm a nail freak. So I'm gonna hit it with a nail brush. I already did, but I put rubbing alcohol on it. So yeah, that was my mishap. So then I had to strip it. I already stripped it once. So I'm gonna work on this again today, try to spray that, get it prepped for tomorrow. So yeah, that's my mishap. So like I said, I need to clean up this area today. We're at about 9 minutes, gonna be another short video. Like I said, I don't like them very long because I think people lose interest, and I don't know what to say because I'm not a public speaker. You know, I got diarrhea of the mouth, but so that's that. So I'll do a little cleaning up. Made some sliders for the boys for later today, and some pork buffalo sliders with cheese. And like I said, it's a nice cool day, so I'll probably get in a hot tub, and that's pretty much what I got planned, get this stuff cleaned up. So I'm gonna jump off here, get cleaned up, and clean up this area and get back on it. And we'll shoot out a video maybe this weekend to make up for the 12 days I've missed. So with that in mind, like I always say, from the beautiful mountains of West by God, Virginia, in the heart of Appalachian, Mothman says hello, and go forth and do good things and try to be good to each other. We'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.